Hey everybody, this is Russ, and today, playing some Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Episode 1, The First Turnabout. Gasp. Gasp. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Looks like he has a bullet wound to his forehead. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby Number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right! Oh, I guess it was a lady. Oh, hiya, Chief. Ooh, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. This says a lot about you. And your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before the case? Yeah. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, this is news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's over. Isn't that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Sigh. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. I don't think I could do that. I'd be a terrible attorney if I did that. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished? I can't live in the world without her. I can't. His eyes are very sparkly and waterfally, just like in my Japanese animes. Who could take her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Oh. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was an unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Because butts smell. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That I owe him one. Oh, that and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court. The second courtroom. Oh, everyone's abuzz. The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during the trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hand shaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant of your case. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me the victim's name. Who? I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's late. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, were you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course. I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine. Look, the defendant's name is listed on the court record. Just touch the court record button and check anything out anytime, okay? I'm gonna do that now. Oh, Cindy. Her name is Cindy. Oh, dude, I got my attorney badge. Oh, okay. Alright. So Cindy is her name. Remember to check it off. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. So here you answer. Who is the victim in this case? Cindy Stone. Victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what is the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. I read that on the case record. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you like to explain to the court just what the object was? The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker. It was found laying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Oh. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence during the trial. Oh, let's do that! Let's look at that statue. Statue of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Alrighty. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently. Already did. Oh. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help you in the client's case. You'll get the chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't have to say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Especially since he said he wanted the death sentence. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What does it do you anyway? Well, Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what they mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing another man. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies? All of it lies? I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Oh. Okay. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. I'm gonna look at that, because the game says she look at things. Apparently died at 7:30 the day before the murder. That was just a couple days ago. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have large income. She appears to have several sugar daddies, which are delicious. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took the money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! Dang, poor Butts. You can clearly see what kind of woman Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right! I don't think you wanted to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I, stop him from answering? My client has no idea the victim is seeing another man. That question is irrelevant to the case! Ooh! Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I think you meant bitch, but that works too. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motives is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Because now they look at Mr. Butts and they're all like, oh, you're mad jealous. You totally have the motive to kill her. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? Well, have him answer honestly, because this guy's totally innocent from the little beginning prologue thing we saw. I know. I'll send him a signal by banging my desk. Tell the truth! Yeah. Yeah, I was there. I went. Ugh. Order! Well, Mr. Butts, dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Oh. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime! Rabble. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Showit to the stand. Sawit? Oh, it's to do with the bullet hole in his forehead. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. When I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead! I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to the nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record. Alright. Now, Mr. Wright. Hold on, I gotta look at this blackout record. Electricity was out. It was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Alright. Yes! Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor. Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that any witness must have lied in this testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Touch the court record button and point out the contradiction in the testimony. Okay. Let's go. Let's do this. Alright, so going door to door. Saw a man fleeing. This man heard his left door half open. Thinking of a stranger looked inside the apartment, right? And I saw him lying and a woman not moving. Dead. Okay. Had to call the police immediately. The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Went to the nearby park. Another time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Let's see. Let's look at the evidence. Blackout record says news. Crime. So that does check out, right? Cause of death was... Says the time of death was at 5 p.m. to 4. Present it. You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sewell, why are you certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Really? You can do that in court? Okay. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Well, there was a blackout. There's no way that... On a tape program, there's no way. Time to cross-examine him. Right. You know what to do. You've got this one. I sure do, actually. You got it. So let's see. Gotta find the statement. There's a voice saying it was probably coming from the television. BAM! Stop. I have to present you with this evidence that says there was a blackout. There you go.
Objection!
Hold it right there. The prosecution said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sowit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Well, wait, I remember now. Mr. Sowit, the court would prefer to hear their accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sewit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Seriously giving this guy another shot? Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. Oh wait. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah. The murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been where I saw it. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Not really sure where his contradiction in this one is. Let's see. Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. There's a table clock on the apartment. Yeah, the murder weapon, the killer used it. So wait. Let's go back. He saw it. I can press him for information. Press him. That strikes me a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you could be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered the table clock. A table clock? Let me look at this. Let me see. See, I don't see where he could say that was... I don't see that. I'm gonna press you. Press him! The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used. That's what I said. Did you just doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. Now, find the contradiction. Okay, I'm working on it. Don't yell at me. Let's see. Press him about that statement. Why didn't you tell us in the first place? I guess it just slipped my mind. I'm not really sure how it happened myself. The witness says he saw a table clock in the story. Sorta. I'm working on it, Maya. I gotta find the contradiction. I'm going to present the murder weapon. Why not? Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Ah! You with your objections and your evidence, just who you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sewit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the evidence stated, the statue indeed is a clock, but it's a statue. The neck is a switch, and you just tilt it and says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? I do! Because he said he saw it. Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he, into the apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder! Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I was in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her! You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice! That was the sound you heard! Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sewit, the sound you left quite an impression on me. Understandable. Since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim, that voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Well, what you getting up here for? What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Faceless? Just look at the witness's face! Ah! Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, go! Just threw you to the bed. Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her. He should burn, give him death. This guy's losing it now. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claimed the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. Better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sweat definitely came from this clock. A fact which is clear. You can simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in the court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. Oh! That's certainly a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, you've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Sewit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sewit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Oh, what's he talking about? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? You can't prove that. You don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sewit. We were so close. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime, even though we know you're guilty. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. No. Not so fast, Mr. Sewit! Chief! Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away, not like this. Think! But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason why the clock would be hour 3? Yes, I can! Because she was in Paris. She was a model. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have the evidence somewhere. I can prove it, right? Find it and let him have it. Oh, I gotta do it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running through on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove the claim without beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. See the evidence of why the clock was running slow. The passport. Because she was in Paris. The victim had just returned home from abroad for the day of the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. From the 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast! The victim hadn't reset the clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sewit, or should I say, Mr. Did It? That was a terrible pun. Hing! Oh God, he just... What happened? Foamed at the mouth and passed out. Order! Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client? He was arrested and been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And everyone threw confetti because everyone loves Larry Butts. And with that, the court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Sewit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of their house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sewit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sewit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. Whew. Still can't believe we won. Right! Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen such a trial end on a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry! You're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Well, he's a drama llama, Phoenix. Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good, wait. No, I mean, bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. It's a murder weapon. A present for me? Oh wait, isn't this evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Oh, really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she just playing with me for a fool. Just wanna make you cry? No, not really. It's sad on your part, Larry, but... Yeah, Larry. Are you sure? Squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot about you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about it? Haha! Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? I assume it's the statue because she kept it, right? Sure. Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? Where'd you get that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She probably just needed that clock. That's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. You're welcome. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me. Unless you count the clock he gave Maya. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Oh no. The end.